everybody, it's your hospitality friend, Glenn. I'm excited because today we're continuing the series on how to help you make more money, making your guests happier at the same time. I know. What a great solution to have out there. And in order to do this, I got two great friends with me today. We got the incredible Sloan Dean, former CEO of Remington, of course, friend of the show and a fellow podcaster, and our new friend, Geoffrey Toffetti, CEO of Frontline Performance Group. Guys, so great to see you here today. Thanks so much for coming back with me. I'm glad that didn't scare you off after the last one over there.
Yeah, good to be back. Yeah.
So, Geoffrey, one of the places that I'm finding there is that real opportunity to engage guests, get them excited about their stay, and offer them some more value proposition. So today I want to understand a little bit more about how you are thinking about training staff and building rapport at the front desk to help hoteliers make more money.
Yeah, it's basic part and parcel of what we do. So the whole thing is that when someone arrives at the front desk, you want to talk to them. You don't want to just say credit card and an ID. And when you're talking to them, use that time. You ask a couple of questions. What brings you to town? Have you ever been here before? If you're a business traveler, when do you depart? What time of day do you depart? And then use that information to align the best you have to offer with what they're doing. So we don't want to offer someone something they don't need. You don't take a single business traveler and offer them the penthouse suite, right? You say, you match it up. So if they're traveling with their family, you think about privacy. If they're a business traveler, you think about making it convenient for them to leave after their meetings. So you align the offer to what they have. And then the key is giving the hotel, and this is really what we do. We give the hotel all the tools they need to motivate their front desk teams, to train their front desk teams, and to track the results and manage their incentive programs. So it's turnkey for the property. And it's really about people like Sloan who see the big picture, motivate their GMs to get on board, and then magic happens.
All right. So I like this in premise, Geoffrey, right? You don't know me very well, but I get excited about actionable insights, right? But they don't just appear there. So Sloan, how were you, when you were CEO, thinking about actually getting front desk representatives, and we know what the turnover rate like that is, to really understand it and learn how to listen and respond with potential opportunity?
Well, I think that's part of where Frontline Performance Group is a great partner, because I believe in what gets measured gets improved. Yeah. And so their kind of data analytics platform allows a front desk agent on their iPhone or a front office manager or a general manager to see the actual performance of individuals. How are they doing versus their peers? Right. How are they selling certain room type upgrades? And then allows for real-time coaching. And so I think that kind of measurement daily and intentionality is what pulls through the results. It is a bit nuanced in that you have to coach and counsel the front desk to pick up on, okay, well, Sloan was here by himself. He probably doesn't want a suite with multiple bedrooms because he's just by himself. But all of a sudden, if he's checking in and I have my 4 kids with me, he may be interested in that. He may be interested in the kids club if you're a resort. He may be interested in the business lounge upgrade if he's traveling by himself. So those are the kind of the things that being able to tailor that kind of, a customer can be different, whether they're on a business trip, whether they're traveling with their family, or they're on a leisure. And the PMS doesn't tell you all that, right? It just gives you the confirmation number, the main person on the folio. And so in a way, it is allowing you to customize the experience and also monetize things that you maybe didn't pre-arrival. And again, what gets measured gets improved. And I think that's where their data analytics platform allows you to drive performance using data.
Right. So, Geoffrey, how do you turn data into people actually doing stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can tailor the coaching and the training specifically to them. Yeah. So you know exactly what, I mean, you have 2 front desk agents that are both doing okay, but one is really good at selling room upgrades. The other is really good at selling ancillary amenities. How do you cross-pollinate that so that they both get good at both? That's really the magic of the coaching and training. And there's also, in our world, we have a blueprint, a philosophical blueprint that says if you want to motivate people, you need 3 things. You need recognition, you need accountability, and you need reward. The platform gives you all three of those built directly into its functionality. So you can recognize people's performance. You can actually give them a thumbs up on their performance, and it shows up on the team feed. So if the GM likes your performance, we know it gives you an energy boost. We've done the analytics. So it's every facet of how do you activate hourly employee performance is built directly into the platform.
Yeah, it's almost kind of gamifying front desk, which I think is how we're going. The world is moving towards. You know, if you think about this younger generation and how they like to interact and do business, it is kind of the gamification of front desk. And you know, the analytics platform. What I liked about it is I would actually go to the hotels and you would see during break periods like front desk agents looking at their own stats. You know, so it create some competition too.
That's great. And my guess is smart hoteliers are rewarding those that are at the top. Aside from my understanding as the product works is, Sloan, when you were using it at Remington, they were able to actually make bonuses with each upsell that they do. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, correct. Yeah. We paid out historically about 10% of all upsell revenue actually went to the agents themselves in terms of commissions. And we actually had some agents who their pay was up 50%.
Wow.
Because, you know, they're hourly paid, but then they're making these substantial commissions relative to that. And obviously, you know, you're happy to pay them because you're making more money too. But again, it helps. What we found, it actually helps with retention.
Right.
Because if all of a sudden, instead of making $12 an hour, you're making 17 or 18 an hour when you factor in the bonus, obviously you're more inclined to stay.
Yeah. Geoffrey?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You know, we have front desk agents in some resort destinations that are making six figures. It's, you know, it can literally double your income. And when I was a front desk agent, when I started way back before my career began, I was a front desk agent and I doubled my pay on walk-ins and upgrades. It's been around a long time. And a point that you were just making, Glenn, was we actually recommend a 3-tier incentive. So your top performers are actually making a larger portion of their upsell. So they might make 15%, the bottom might make 5%, but the bell curve averages to about 10 on average.
Right. So you're like double encouraging them. So you can get bonuses, but when you well, I'll say like in video game, unlock this level, right?
Yes, exactly.
Then you get more.
And the app actually shows them where they are now, how much to the next tier, and how much more they would make. So it's constantly sharing with them 2 more upsells, and you're going to hit the next tier.
Sloan, you love that data. Any idea how much it actually helped keep people on board and not going down the street for another job?
Well, I mean, we on average saw a 40% reduction in front desk staff turnover. So I would say it's a substantial impact. I mean, think about it. If you're you know, making 15 an hour and your friend down the street is making 22, and by the way, they're being trained better because they have better data, they have training protocols. You're gonna have a harder time holding on to those really, really talented front desk folks.
Yeah, and Geoffrey, I don't want to suck up to you too much, but there's also these there's also all these other expenses that you don't normally see. You got to rehire somebody, you got to retrain somebody.
It's massive. It can be the whole first year of their pay. You get wasted because you also have misfire. So you hire someone, they don't work out, you fire them, you get someone else. You want to lock in your top performers at a front desk. Let's say 2 to 3, 4 years is a decent tenure, but then you also have this crop of people. This is something else we educate the hotels on. You have a top performing front desk agent. You should put them in sales. You should put them in banquets. You should continue their sales process because they're proven to be good at sales. A lot of the hotels aren't looking at it that way until we start educating them. This is a labor pool you're cultivating for higher level service or sales roles.
Yeah, and I'll say that's one thing that I've admired about Sloan's leadership style is really promoting within and giving people opportunity to rise up and shine within an organization. Sloan, any final words before we wrap this one?
I think that last point's a strong one, that you have to reimagine the front desk. It is an extension of your sales experience and customer experience. And too often, I think hoteliers, we treat it as a cost of delivery. You know, it's almost a loss leader, if you will.
Right.
Versus it should be that last mile of sales.
Yeah. So what we're really talking about is turning the transactional into the experiential. Geoffrey, this sounds like a good time for a good plug for you guys.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Experience is everything. Guest experience is what we're all about. And there is no trade-off. The more revenue you make, if done right, the better your experience will be.
Yeah, I love it. How can we learn more?
You go to www.frontlinepg, that's performancegroup.com, or hit me up on LinkedIn. I'm very active there, as is our company page. So we'd love to hear from you.
Excellent, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you being here. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Make sure you check out our first episode where we focus all about how this kind of works. And next time, we're going to be taking a closer look at helping your F&B side of the business. So till then, I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and all of that kind of stuff. And remember, you've got one life. So blaze on, and I'll see you next time.